Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Beyond Second Cognition. I'm Beall. The topic of this discussion is everyone has a potential showstopper. Those of you that are working through this process, that are facing your bouts of cognitive dissonance as you come up against your own internal belief systems, already know that you have many things to overcome. And when the beliefs are challenged, which creates the cognitive dissonance, it makes you want to run away. It makes you want to deny what you see. And it's what creates this cognitive psychological disruption. One can make great strides in their advancement in this process. Every one of these beliefs that you have to overcome is a potential showstopper. Every time you can transcend these beliefs and put them to rest and overcome them, get rid of the cellular programming that you carry that keeps the triggers in place, it allows you to move forward. But as you move into your own deeper personal analysis, you're going to come up against a real showstopper. You're going to find that last barrier beyond which your ego is unwilling to let go. Any one of your clearing beliefs can be a showstopper. Some people, they chicken out early. They can't handle it. They come up across the first point of discomfort and they throw in the towel and quit. As we progress through these clearing processes and overcome more and more hurdles, we gain a false sense of self-confidence. We figure, well, if I can handle this, everything that I've eliminated so far, I can handle everything. And this is true. But the deeper you dig into your own psyche and the ego programs and the beliefs that shaped the personality of who you think you are, you're going to come up across a massive brick wall. One that you are going to have to transcend. And this is the real showstopper. This is that last bastion of the ego's defense. This is the one where it's sitting there with swords and spears and cannons and everything else. And it is not going to want you to transcend this last show-stopping piece of control that it holds over your consciousness. Now, this showstopper is going to be different for every person depending upon their own personal indoctrination, their upbringing, their habits, their beliefs, whatever the case may be. So I can't tell you exactly what your personal showstopper is. But the more you dig into the internal workings of your own psyche and the false personality erected by the ego, when you start getting down and scraping the bottom of the barrel, you're going to find it. And this is going to be your ultimate test. This is going to be your final make it or break it point. And if you can't transcend this particular barrier, if you can't leap over that wall, put that ego to rest and just finish with it completely and totally, you'll take yourself out of the game. And I can say this authoritatively because I have seen people time and again come up against the real showstopper, and that's when they say, fuck it, I'm done. As I said, we build a sense of false self-confidence because we are able to overcome a lot of the superficial beliefs, the external beliefs. We get a sense of inner bravado that, hey, I can handle this. But don't let this false sense of self-confidence convince you that you've got a handle on everything. When you come up against that final showstopper, you're going to know it. That's going to be the place where you're going to absolutely and totally going to want to throw in the towel. And unfortunately, all too many people reach that point and they throw in the towel. When that occurs, you take yourself out of the game once and for all. Everything before that, all the external beliefs, as I've stated in other videos, they're just the warm-up for the deep digging into your own psyche, into your own personality and its habits. Each of us has deeply embedded thoughts and ideas that we do not want to let loose of because the ego has convinced us that, well, if I get rid of that, then I am nothing. And that's what it's going to confront you with. because that is the last bastion it has to defend. If it can convince you that you have to maintain whatever your showstopper belief is, or you will lose yourself, and you allow it to convince you of that, then you're stuck. You will be in the no man's land between knowing that there's more and not transcending and moving beyond to attain it. I'm putting this out here not to sow defeatism. I'm putting it out here to apprise you of what you are going to face. Because when you do get to scraping the bottom of the barrel, that identity that the ego virus plugged into you, you're going to find these stopping points. With some people, they may be one paramount stopping point. With others, they may be two or three, because they are all deeply ingrained habits that the virus plugged into us that has totally convinced us that it is us. Well, if I stop doing that, or if I give up this idea, then I'm not myself anymore. And that's the screaming voice that will be in your head, trying to prevent you from overcoming that last bastion. So I'm giving you the heads up so you know about it in advance. When you confront it, you're going to have to really screw up the courage to tear it down, because that core sense of identity, that one idea, that one belief that makes you believe that you are nothing without this belief, is going to be the one that is going to give you the most difficulty and is the one most likely to throw your ass out of the game. I know many of you have not reached that point yet, and you can grow substantially as you're going through the erosion process otherwise. But sooner or later, you're going to hit the bottom of the barrel. And that's when the final, excuse the expression, crisis occurs. That's where you get your make it or break it point as to whether you are going to absolutely and totally let go of the illusion or not. You transcend and succeed in beating that, then the road ahead is unlimited and unimpeded. So I just thought I would apprise you folks of this, especially some of you that have advanced into the intermediate stages and are doing the work and making superior progress. I'm not telling you this to discourage you. I'm telling you this because it is what is. I have seen all too many people make great advancement and hit that bottom of the barrel showstopper and jump ship and run the other way. It happens more times than not. So get your will steeled up to overcome it, whatever that particular showstopper is within your own psyche. Because if you don't defeat it, it will defeat you, and all the work that you have done to get to that point will be for naught, because you will quit, you will walk away, and you will live in the no man's land of, well, I saw the brass ring, but I didn't reach out to grab it. So for all of you doing the work, stay the course, and don't give up on yourselves.